Jack, we just heard you paying tribute to Bobby Moore. There's a great statue of him outside here. There's a huge room named after him. Sometimes I think they should do a bit more.
No, there's enough there, as much as Bob would like. You know, people going into a restaurant and eating and enjoying themselves, that's fine. People who go and, well, like me, go and talk to them and have a little chat. And lots of people will do that and go and see Bob.
There was a moment in that match. We were 3-2 up. There were just minutes to go, and the ball came to Bobby, and your advice was to get rid of it.
All the time. I mean, we didn't need it. They were already yelling from the box and from the side, the game's over, it's up, it's time's finished. And Bob stood with his foot on the ball. And then he suddenly looked up and then moved. And he went into the half and he suddenly stopped and checked and knocked the ball for Jeff first. And if you remember, it went over Jeff's right-hand shoulder. Jeff was blind that he went and tried to kick it into the stand to waste the time. But he hit the top corner of the goals. So that was the way it happened.
It was history in the making. You obviously know it's history now. Now, I first met you through my dad when you were at Leeds.
Yeah.
You went on from Leeds, had a great career there. You became a manager, had a great career as a manager. I mean, what's the secret, Jack? Whatever you touch has turned to football.
I was brought up in a football family. My mother was from the Milburns. Her brothers were Jack, George, Jimmy and Stan Milburn, who all went away to be professional footballers. And then Jackie Milburn, of course, at Newcastle, was my mother's full cousin. And my Uncle Alec was my grandfather's brother. So we were brought up, and nobody in Ashington played cricket or rugby. There was a rugby pitch at the top end of Ashington where I was, and we used to go and look at it, and we used to try and reach the bar. We couldn't catch the ball because it was too high up, and I said, you can't play girls in here. And no, that was just bringing things in.
I was lucky enough to be in Rome in 1990 when you took Ireland to the quarter-finals. Yeah. The Pope was so impressed, he invited you and the team for an audience. I went along on the audience, and like you, I thought it would just be you, me, the team, and the Pope. It wasn't quite like that, was it?
No. There was about 8,000 people in the building. People from all over the world, and they were dancing, singing, they were in their national costumes. Great entertainment for us, and then all of a sudden everybody went, shh, Pope's coming. Sure enough, he came through the door at the back, went to the front to the microphones, blessed the audience, and read his lesson in Latin for about 15 minutes. And then 6 bishops got him repeated in 6 different languages what he had said, so we sat there for another hour and a half. But it was great. I mean, and then we met him afterwards. We got a chance to get some pictures taken, and I got a picture and everything taken with him. Got it framed at home. John Paul, that one. And it was lovely. I mean, the lads loved it, and the staff. We had a physio called Mick Byrne. He kept on to me, when we get to Rome, boss, you'll get us in to see the Pope, won't you? And I finally did.
Just finally looking at the modern game, what are your hopes for the modern game? Are you enthused by it? Do you watch
well, we're going to get any more players. I mean, at the moment, we've got foreign players from all over the world. And they're taking the place of people that used to get a chance to play in the first team, never get it now. I mean, there was an article in one of the papers, I won't mention the name of it actually, and it said that on that particular Saturday, this was 3 years ago, on that particular Saturday, there were only 36 players who could represent England playing in the Premiership that day. 36. Brian Moore used to say to me, I have to sit and learn what the name of players are 3 or 4 days before the game and keep repeating it and the numbers that they wear. He said, so that I can recall the players as they run. He said, you just stand up there, you sit with a microphone and you go, the guy with the long hair and the socks around his ankles on the far side of the field. And he said, everybody watching the television, they can all recognize the person you're talking about.
It's been very kind of you to join us. Thank you very much, boss.
Boss. Thank you very much.